In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon Bloodier Moon. It's getting real. Getting into some serious business here. Pretty much veterans missions are the name of the game at this point. We've got a few folks left down in that novice range, but they're likely not staying there for very long, which means we still need a ton of money, unfortunately. The heirlooms are looking a little better, at least. In fact, I'm looking like it might be close to level 5 for our armor smithing as well, if I want to just go ahead and get that done right away, which I kind of do. Let's just make this quick exchange. Make sure I'm mathing correctly. Just like that, our final blacksmithing levels are complete. Now, just need 20 more portraits to get our guild up to level 5, and then we'll just have to spend the remaining heirlooms reducing the cost, which should hopefully help us a lot with that whole financial situation as well. I do want to take on the Sodden crew right now. That definitely seems like the best way to start things off today, given that we've got that cove advantage, not to mention we, oh, I guess we're not getting any portraits from this, but, yeah, Pagan Talisman may be something I can sell. I get a little bit of extra gold from beating the boss, too, so worthwhile in my opinion. We got a few pretty decent blight options to go in here, along with most likely Totox is going to be our healer for this one. I'd say I probably want to go with maybe the presence of a jester, but looking at this, I'm thinking at least one of the two of infamous Dr. J and Alexander are coming along, and I'm kind of leaning toward both. And maybe bringing Skull, even though they got the Crimson Curse, they do still feel like a pretty damn good fit for that final slot. Don't really want to bring anybody that's not fully upgraded for a boss fight still. I feel like I'm taking some good precautions and I'm not suffering too much as a result of it. So I'm going to keep doing exactly that. And we're going to go ahead and get a lot more damage and accuracy going on her. I like the lucky talisman we managed to acquire for the grave robber now. That should be pretty helpful. I also think I can probably get away with doing this up front, and then we'll maybe get a little bit more accuracy right there. Feather crystal on one of you two is good for me. And then let's go. I guess solar bracer's still pretty solid. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep rocking that. And let's get the healing bonus along with most likely something a little safer back there for you too, since we're keeping the torchlight up. Works for me. Keep the pull available. We've got the standard fare for the grave robbers here. They're going to be switching positions with each other. Definitely not interested in moving the Hellion all that much. And I'm thinking maybe I want to have something like Breakthrough equipped just in case I need to get her back into the place she needs to be. So we'll get that sorted. Let's go get this sorted. Quick little levels up for these guys, which I don't think there are going to be too many. We've been staying on top of the lower level people pretty well, which means just a quick check in the guild here for the most important stuff, and then I think we're off and ready to rock. Let's do it. Sodden crew to start the day. Something we're more than capable of handling, getting ourselves all the proper accoutrement. Looking good. A couple of blood here too, in fact. Bring a full stack, might as well, just to be safe. Got the torches, got the shovels, got the bandage, got the herbs, got the keys, got the food, got the torch, got the goods, got to go.
Prying eyes had become a nuisance along the old road, and so I undertook to receive my most curious deliveries by way of marine shipments. A sheltered jetty was accessible by a narrow stone stair off the back of the manor, and a discreet system of pulleys could hoist even the heaviest prizes up the rock face from a securely tied dinghy below.
It's got to be among the calmest introductions he's got.
The poor devils, chained and drowning for eternity.
It's more just like, it's like a description made in admiration. It's like he's really just impressed with the mechanisms of it all, which can't really blame him, I guess. I mean, to be in their condition to do anything is pretty miraculous, I suppose.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
It's a good attitude, buddy. I commend that. All right. How's this like an affair here? Let's find out. I don't suspect they're going to be especially good at the regular combat on our way to the crew, but I do think that they're going to be pretty effective otherwise. And holy shit, I forgot Breakthrough's kind of good. That's right. That's a good skill. They took that away from me. Those bastards. I did really like that one. Let's maybe do that a couple more times through the course of this, huh?
By inches.
Especially, wow, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm having a lot more confidence about this group moving forward all of a sudden.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Yeah, they might have the answer here after all. God damn.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Unfortunate path to where we're getting to going here, but to be honest, actually, man, I'm kind of thinking about doubling back. I need money, don't I? Hold on. Let's really test this group for a bit. Because I'm starting to think we've landed on something pretty fantastic for this area. I suppose really my only concern was the lack of armor piercing, but who needs it when we're just dealing thousands of damage regardless? Well, here's the test for that theory, I guess. I need to be pulling this guy forward as much as possible, too. Oh, right, yeah, we have picked to the face. Great. I forgot. I also think I should be shadow fading more. Maybe start out a few more turns with that. See how that goes. So I'm pretty sure I can still pull him forward in this position. And then that's plenty good for any of these guys. Come on up, buddy. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty effective, I guess. Heal there isn't all that big of a deal. It's gonna hurt in the back. Oh, wait a minute. No. Oh. I planned it the entire time. That's why I reacted that way, is because I knew.
Obliterated.
Oh, that's pretty fun, dude. I like that a lot. That's a hell of a move against this group. Yeah, still a pretty decent chunk of damage out of that. Despite the protection, despite the extra protection. Oof.
Grievous injury. Palpable fear.
That makes sense. They were pretty pissed off about not being able to do anything last round, and also remain pissed off about having to die after not doing anything this round. Ah, shit. No bleed at least. Okay, he can probably top himself off pretty easy. He's a goner. See you later. Heal up. No sweat. Totok's got it covered. We've got a little bit more blight there, I guess.
Nation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And I think we'll just have to go ahead and axe this guy a question real quick. Hope for the dodge. Very nice.
The slow death.
Oh, yeah.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
We got the goods right here, no doubt. We got the goods to get the goods,
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
as they say. Right. Extra treasure acquired. Very nice. Good thing to have gotten that bonus little bit of food there, too. Pretty convenient. Okay. Yeah, like we didn't even really meander that much at all. We got the bonus torch going over that way as well. That was perfect. Just paid off. Alright, so we're not going to be able to do the double shadow fade nonsense again, so let's just be much more aggressive this time around. Which is also apparently working pretty goddamn well.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
I suppose I could use some kind of curse, which I have. Hooray for me. Look at me with my foresight. Boy, this is really encouraging all of a sudden.
Eradicated.
As have been several of our runs recently.
This expedition at least promises success.
It almost makes me feel a little bad for the folks who don't know that they're next up on the list for names to replace the names that we may lose here. Which I fully expected to see happening more, but am very pleasantly surprised to have been able to put off for so long. With, of course, another Baer F in the comments for those who have fallen. Those guinea pigs who had to serve to remind me of exactly what it is we're up against here.
A blazing star is born.
Which does finally seem to have stuck, at least this time around again. The slippery old brain up there that doesn't like to retain that... What do they call it? Useful information? Every now and then it
Find
sticks.
that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
I want to say that's an anti-venom as well, usually. I'll take the until can't buff, certainly. Torch is running low again already. Getting lucky on the scouts, though. So far, no shovels needed either. Alright, I think our supplies are going to run out at just the right point for us here.
Another mariner? Another misfortune.
Which means as much as I'd like to, I think it's probably unwise for me to try to push for this additional room unless maybe it's scattered as a secret. Let's just put that out there into the world just in case it feels like abiding. I do think I could do the double Shadow Fade pretty effectively here. It certainly wouldn't prohibit her from doing anything, but I can pull her forward and then these two would be stuck again, and that's pretty goddamn good. Also, he's dead now. That's cool. That does change the plan a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that's still the best move. Although I might also just be able to kill her, but I think I'd still rather do this. Just 'cause it's fun.
Brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Tee-hee. And then you just cry. You just weep openly in front of everybody. Did forget that that doesn't prohibit her from that move, unfortunately, but god damn, the 50 damage strike. Not too shabby, fellers. Oh my goodness, and the dodge continuing to wreak havoc. This is magnificent.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And a few heirlooms for our trouble. Hell yeah, crack that sucker open. Easily spare the shovel there. Keep it going. Might have overstocked on the blood a little bit, but you know, best to be safe, I guess. I'm sure Skull doesn't mind it. Last torch used. We can crack open another barnacle-covered chest here, which I've apparently yet to do.
Gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Good enough for me. Okay, we're no longer getting our solar bracer benefit, unfortunately, so this fight will be a little disadvantageous. I'm sure we'll make it work. Breakthrough almost certainly going to kill them, so let's just set up the double for her, perhaps. No healing, that's fine. Damage buff on her, not really impactful anyway. I guess artillery is best. I can't really decide. Yeah, that'll do. So maybe she's better off going a different route with it anyway. Let me get you the blood, and then, no, let's just have you move. That's the way to go. Really not even that big of a debuff off that thing, too. That's crazy. Look what they did to my poor boy. Alright, this is definitely where things get the most annoying, but what's not been the most annoying is their skill selection continually here. Very pleased with the shamans. Apparently come to the conclusion that the stress is not worth pursuing anymore. I concur. Perfectly logical to me. And oh my god, Dr. J. Not even the one with the most dodge, but still refusing to be touched. This whole team absolutely crushing it so far.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
I'll give that a try. Hey, perfect. Alright. Keep it going. Let's see if we can make it all the way to the end, and yeah, I think I feel greedy enough to do that.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Nice. Certainly prefer go on her. And we're gonna try our luck. See if we can push all the way through this hallway and double back for the camp. That's setting up the breakthrough again, certainly. Let's do it. Looking for the right turn order this time, at least. And yet again, the dodge kicking in for the grave robber. Did not get the turn order we're looking for, but yeah, I think it's the same situation, I guess, and that works well enough. There we go. Alexander finally feeling what it's like to actually take damage, and holy cow, Skull with the massive stress heal for themselves. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if you don't. Alright, bye-bye. Boy, this double grave robber situation continues to impress. I think we're gonna have to rock this a few more times. Totox, speaking of continuing to impress. A very reliable occultist so far. Oh my god, wow. Just insanely fortunate so far today. All the heirlooms, too.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I say, let's go ahead and part with 5 blood. No, I don't think so. Every portrait does feel pretty precious, almost more precious than 250 gold, I'd say, and then we can probably just go ahead and get rid of the keys at this point, too. Yeah, that seems like the right idea. I don't think we need the herbs anymore, either. That is quite a few heirlooms from this run already. Let's see if we can finish this section off real quick. That's honestly fine. This torch doesn't really matter. We'll just go ahead and pop it now. 4 more crests as well. Excellent. And there we go. We're doubling back. Let's do it. Feast and cross our fingers that we don't need any more food in this already explored hallway. Which, you know, just was guaranteed to happen, but what are you gonna do?
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
I don't think I have any kind of ambush prevention, so we just won't sweat that all that much. Scouting unnecessary. Disease is not really a thing here. Revel is not really going to matter much either. Oh, we are kind of hurting on options here. I suppose we'll just go low stress? Yeah, I didn't realize this team's... Oh, that's a weird find. This team's kind of struggling with camping skills, apparently. Let me double check and make sure we don't actually have any disease we can cure. I'm pretty sure the Crimson Curse doesn't count for that. Ah, well, okay. Yeah, not really much else I care about. Let's just go ahead and get that as low as we can. Another pet talk there, I guess, and then... Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, jeez.
Holds much worse than mere trickery.
Oof.
And boogeymen.
Alright, well, thankfully we've got the solution to a shuffle like this.
Impressive.
In fact, they honestly might have just done us a little bit of a favor here. Find out pretty quick. Yep, they sure did. And the breakthrough works. Alright, that's alright. Still a goddamn beautiful start for us. Alright, as long as there's no disease and not too much stress, I don't think we're going to mind this one bit. That's all you need. There's one requirement, friend, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, a little more thirsty, huh? Okay. Lunge does not have the armor piercing, but may still have the damage necessary. I think she can also still pick.
Back to the pit.
No, back to the pick, Wayne. Right, there we go. Probably just go ahead and eat that food, take the emeralds. Yeah, honestly, that worked out pretty well for us. Just got some bonus gold out of that. Cool. Thank you. Off we go. This is where we find out this isn't actually the Sodden crew room. Nice stress reduction on the Hellion, at least here. Oh, I should have saved that torch for just now.
In death, the captain shouts his orders.
Whoopsie daisy.
And the crew obeys.
Okay, so we are certainly hoping to get some dodges going on the grave robbers here, but I also think it's in my best interest to just eliminate this guy as often as possible. And our Blight Chant's actually looking pretty good here, so that's more than likely going to be the go-to move for the grave robbers when they have the opportunity. And there's the dodge right away. Love to see it. So far, so good. And honestly, we just keep hitting him with the weakening curse, and then the less damage he does, the better. If he ever gets the chance to do any damage at all, that is. This is also a phenomenal opportunity for Shadow Fade to do its thing, although honestly, up to this point, I haven't really felt the need. Should get a nice chunk out of the Hellion this time as well. I think we just go ahead and hit him for 40. Yeah, that's doing it. It's another weakening curse. Resisted that time, but that's okay. Miss it? Sure did. Tough boss. Really, real tricky. You go ahead and just... apparently you can dodge that. Okay, fantastic. One shot that guy. Oh, with the bark on top of it. Just rude, but I do love it. Oh, okay. She had her own ideas that time, I guess. Along with the bleed, I'll take it. Pole for fun? Just to mix things up a little, I guess? Miss it. Whoopsie. People often ask me, Baer, what are your tips for Darkest Dungeon? It's such a difficult game, and then I laugh in their face. and say you fool. You simple, small-brained peasant. Haven't you tried just dodging everything?
To float forever, deep in the swirling blackness.
It's so
Beyond the light.
easy. Beautiful. Well done, team. Let's get back. What a run to start the session. Quite a haul here. 56 crests plus the 12 for the boss reward. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Strength, purpose, and peace. All can be found in the focused mind.
Idle Man at Arms's gain 1 resolve level. I guess that's Brandon. Congrats, bud. Alright, cool. Another set of level 3s. With only 21 grand, but getting up there as far as completing these other buildings and levels and such. Also, probably going to be time soon to consider a district. But I think the heirlooms remain committed to the Gildan Blacksmith for now. Also for now, well, first of all, let's check in on the stress, which I'm pretty sure is in great shape across the board. Let's just go ahead and get rid of lethargy on books real quickly. Might be in need of one more quick antiquarian run, but I am worried. I think we're on week 40-something or other. Getting up there, yeah, in terms of time spent. I don't know how many weeks I have that I can necessarily dedicate to just getting a bunch of gold again. But it feels like it is probably going to be necessary sooner than later. Let's take a look at where we want to go here first of all. I do think deeds remain a priority. Deeds or portraits, honestly, either one. And a fulminating prophet would provide us neither. The Swine King would certainly benefit. Ooh, and a hag for a focus ring and a bunch of deeds. I think I have landed on my answer. But who do I bring for a hag fight? I think Connor makes the cut along with Steven, Bradley, and Dirtle. I like that team quite a bit. That looks pretty effective to me. I think we've even got a special little trinket for you up front, buddy. Oh no, never mind. My mistake. You got the Eternity's collar there. I don't know if I'm necessarily interested in that one. Still no phenomenal trinkets for the Vestal apart from Jania's head, which I suppose I should never rule out as not a phenomenal trinket. I like making her pretty tanky back there. That seems like a fine idea. Let me get you a focus ring for sure, and then Sun Cloak's fine for you. Cudgel Weight still feels like a pretty decent option to me. Let's get the bonus damage on him as well. And let's see. How about a Feather Crystal? No, that doesn't seem best, actually. In fact, I think I'd rather you have the Feather Crystal back here. And let's get you a Life Crystal, buddy. Along with... yeah, the Punishment's Hood remains pretty good, I'd say. Cool. Okay. Got the Cudgel Weight equipped there. Target Whistle, I think, is going to be the play this time. Let's take him quickly over into the Blacksmithing Guild, and then I think I might actually have to spend some time selling some of my stuff this time around. We'll see. Alright, yeah, they're not going to be able to get any of those levels at this point. Rank 5 skills would require a resolve level of 5 as well, so that's all good. I think I've got some skills that I could still upgrade, but no, I think they're actually okay. Well, in that case, let's go take down a hag, shall we? Back-to-back boss battles for this particular episode. Sounds fun to me, man. Let's do it. Properly stockpile the goodies. Even bring a little extra food this time around just to treat them. A few bandages, a couple of herbs, a couple of keys. Keep the torches up. No need for the blood this time, which is nice. I'm honestly kind of feeling like I might even want to bring some Aegis scales. But, probably not necessary. It's overthinking it. Alright. 2 bosses in 1 episode? Gee, Baer. Your mom, etc., etc. Wow, your mom. Rude.
Her knowledge of horticulturalism and its role in various arcane practices impressed me greatly. My licentious impulse gave way to a genuine professional respect, and together we began to plant, harvest, and brew. There is method in the wild corruption here. It bears a form both wretched and malevolent.
I'm all for trying new things, but a literal witch's brew? I mean, what's the best you could hope from that? Like, an animorph would be my immediate thought, which is, in and of itself, kind of a horrifying prospect. And then worst case scenario, just like a little shrunken head she's wearing around her neck. Which, to be fair, I don't know, maybe I'd be exposed to a more interesting life that way. Who's to say, really? Well, mostly her in that situation. I guess she'd be mostly in control of that.
A decisive pummeling.
Any hoozle. Back to the veteran here. I am immediately quite concerned about my decision not to bring any anti-venom into this place. That's pretty suspect. Probably something I should start changing. Especially if I have elected not to make these guys as big of a priority as they ought to be. Also might have wanted to consider going for another early dog treat this time around. But looks like we didn't necessarily need it. Yeah, we could probably keep the HP topped off pretty well here too, I'd say.
Death by inches.
You know how I be. Got to try to introduce some pretend drama wherever I see the opportunity. Can't just accept that a witch's brew is almost certainly going to be beneficial, Baer. Have to pretend there's a chance of something going wrong. Chug, chug, chug. Let me go ahead and help her out a bit here, actually.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
I feel like this is going to take a little longer than I'd like, and this is going to need at least one more solo target heal. Get the big bleed going, though. Oop, there we go.
Quakes.
That'll probably do it. Yeah, she should be fine now. She's got the finishing move. A little stress healing on top of that. Bravo, everybody. That ought to do it. Nice. A clean finish for the whole team. Bravo.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
That does... Ooh, wow. Hell of a haul immediately. Oh, right. Yeah, I think that's pretty bad. I seem to recall that being a problem. Yeah, nice. Right out of the gate there. 12 food to boot. Okay. Yeah, that's certainly not what I was hoping for. Yeah, anywho. We got a ways to go for this hag as well, don't we? Damn. Back-to-back pretty lengthy dungeons. Unfortunately, this time I am lacking the absolute conviction I was provided from the previous composition that would lead to me going for some bonus loot, but
Glittering gold.
I'm pretty sure they'll get plenty out of this route.
Paid for in blood.
Really no need to be hanging on to that much extra food either. I'm sure I could just keep them topped off with that. Alright, stun's unnecessary when the damage is sufficient, as the saying goes. Yeah, let's see here. You're not going to bleed anything, so let's just have you finish it off. Could have just one-shot it. That's fine. Judgment for the heal on the Vestal. Thank you very much.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
That's what I am talking about. Connor loves it. Connor hopes for more. Torchlight time, a little mark up front. Just kidding, we can't do that apparently, but we can do that. I am very excited to see
Formation is broken.
some serious
Maintain the offensive.
mark benefit for this party once the hag fight hits, but not likely to take advantage of that very often until this exact moment. Thank you for queuing that up. Also, I'm pretty sure I should keep killing them earlier. You're obviously not all that fun to see, but nor are your friends. I would like them to go away.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And if not now, when is the time for the second dog treat, Baer, I ask you? Well, I'll tell you, me. I'd say most likely when we run into the second giant around, say, like this point, somewhere in there, probably a hallway fight would be my wager. Then and only then will I deem it necessary. But until that time comes, bite your tongue, sir. I bite my tongue at you, sir. Thank you. Alright, got the bleed there already. Might as well keep the torchlight up, even though it's likely not to stun. And there it is. We found it, eventually. Let's see what kind of damage that's looking like. 15 to 28, okay. Alright then, not too shabby, not too shabby. Connor not to be outdone, hitting a big old swing with the bleed too, and then let's top him off.
Sedated.
Keep staying safe here, brother. That'll be the stun resist gone. He can top himself off, no sweat. That's a self-heal. Actually, well, yeah, without the cudgel weight, I guess that's almost certainly a self-heal. Probably want to get the battlefield bandage on there too, actually, just to be safe. You don't have the mark on the flagellant now, at least, so it's unlikely to be a back-to-back swing on the second rank, although that knockback weirdly beneficial, thank you.
Surgical precision.
Actually a big help. That's going to be a massive boost for that. Hey!
Is restored.
All fixed. Appreciate it. Boy, the game is being kind today. Putting me... It's making me uneasy.
Victory. Perhaps the turning point.
And they gave me an anti-venom as if to say, here, you forgot this. Mighty suspicious. And a map? Ah, it doesn't do anything. Okay, that's more like it, I guess. Shovel time. Thank you. Oh, jeez. Yeah, who needs the anti-venom? I can't in good faith. I gotta keep the one. It's gonna be valuable. It's gonna save my life.
Waiting to be spent.
Without a doubt. You just wait. And we will sing the game's endless praises for seeing fit to make up for my misgivings. Yeah, that sounds like the right word. Oh, or we could just use it. Oh, no, right, no, okay, thank goodness for the X. It would have happened otherwise. I can guarantee it. I suppose the bandages are not necessary to really hang on to, as they're mostly just meant, I think, for curio interaction. Man, one of these days I'll remember, I know. It's a lot to remember, though. It's always been a lot to remember. Can't fault the guy for a few curios slipping through the cracks.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Alright, we'll try the stun up front. Got the torchlight at least. Just not gonna be a... Oh, right, yeah, you're dead. Not gonna be anything.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
That was a healing fight and a half, alright. Oh my god.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Don't overthink it, buddy. Just keep it moving. Right. Let's see.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Scout's continuing to help us out, staying on top of the food issues, no problem. One shovel left for the remainder.
Victim to the spreading corruption. Malformed with misintent.
That giant fight in the hallway we mentioned a couple of minutes ago, that's on the way, obviously, so stay alert for that. Otherwise, looking good. You know it's coming. You suspect it, but at this point you're kind of like, oh, it's really going to happen, isn't it? Some otherworldly forces at play here.
The way is
fuck
lit.
it.
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
We got the max torchlight coming off the campfire this way. We're good. Although, of course, it does mean low torchlight for that giant fight. That's about right there. Ooh. Ooh. I thought maybe. I really believed. Jesus Christ. Shovel, I guess. That's a big gamble. I don't need all that food. That's too much food. I'm sure we'll be fine. And, alright. God damn it.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
It saved me. It saved me from having to live a life where I didn't get that loot. That's always what I meant. Okay, I am definitely not a huge fan of this situation.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Let us pray that the Blight Rain is merciful and that the crits are few. Amen. That'll certainly help. That's one down in the back. And that is dog treat territory in my mind.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Immediately justified. Love to see it. A little upset at the impediment, apparently.
Brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Is Connor. Can't blame you, friend. We were on our merry way. Unchallenged. Then this big goofball has a little something to say about it. Nah, that ain't how we roll. Be gone. Get ye hence. No giant crits this time, huh?
A singular strike.
I just had to sound pitiful. That's the trigger. Always is. Dirtle with the stress heal as well. Nice.
Their cursed champion falls.
Yet another extremely clean finish there. Go ahead and pop a couple of food for him. Top him off. Good to go. Use a key. Outstanding. No need for that food. I'll take 3 deeds happily. No scout, and now we pray that the retention of the shovel is justified. Might still be able to use that effectively. Alright, fine. Well, I'll just beat this guy over the head with the shovel. How about that?
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Clearly we needed it for those purposes. Miss it. Yeah, that's fine. Just no disease, no disease! Please! Please! Okay, that'll work, that'll work. You first. I want you dodging, pal. And then, bye-bye.
Powerful blow.
Oh, right, we're not gonna be able to stun this thing. I always forget about that, but might be able to stun you. Nice. Flagellant was acting pretty quickly, so we might just get first action before the maggot again here. Excellent.
Another one falls.
God damn, Connor. Right, now we want to try to top everybody off as well as we can. Do not assume we've got the damage after this round. Now you can.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Now that's safe to do. Alright, don't need the shovel after all, and all of a sudden we've got a really sweet haul coming out of this place again, dude. Another 15 deeds and a couple of portraits on top of that. Good amount of money and hopefully a dead hag. Once again, a lot of cause for optimism. And hopefully a few decent camping skills this time, too.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
I don't think I'm even going to worry too much about the ambush here. Let's just go for all buffs. Well, then again, yeah, might as well Hound's Watch. Yeah, I don't really have a lot else I can do anyway, so that works. Cool. And I'll just, well, I certainly wish I could encourage her, but that 1 point of stress, yeah, that's what we need to get rid of.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Terrific, everybody. Let's go finish strong again here, back-to-back dubs. The boss fights with a well-equipped team, let's do it.
Twisted and maniacal. A slathering testament to the powers of corruption.
I do really want to try that, so I will. No, fine. Okay. Yeah, I think that should probably be something I worry about at some point with someone eventually.
A devastating blow.
I do wonder when it's gonna happen. Someone should make me do something about that soon. Especially because I want to use my doggy treat. Oh boy, that's not a very exciting prospect though, but yeah, you're not going to be stunning either, so sure, whatever. I guess you'll be the one to start it. There we go. Yeah, I was kind of hoping it would just force my hand. Looks like his hands are being forced to melt. Yum yum. Friend hands. My favorite. Oh, jeez. Alright, well. Getting him out of there at least. After he's been nearly killed. That's not too bad. Should be able to at least deal 1 damage still, I'd imagine. Him being in the front rank certainly isn't ideal, though. I think he can still Hound's Rush from there, maybe? This mark should be very nice, at least. Loss of dodge is pretty helpful there, and then let's try to start some more bleed again. Please don't choose him. Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, we could probably go without her for the remainder. Oh, I do have to shuffle him, though. Shit. This might be worth a try again. Okay, I think we're done trying that. Oh, yeah, the positional shift here is no bueno. I don't think she shuffles at all, at least, so I should be able to fix it without too much issue. Oh, I gotta remember she does the heal off that move, too. That's a big bummer. This mark's gonna go way faster than I'd like as well, so... Oh, boy, yeah, not getting the right part, or not getting the right turn order here either, unfortunately. Might be in my best interest to go Cauldron. It's starting to look a little sketchy. I think the round expires on the mark there. Yep, okay, in that case. Oh, boy. I don't know why I'm expecting any kind of DOT to help, but that would be nice here. Good dodge, speaking of being nice. Okay, this is getting pretty worrisome. This is getting to be a problem here. Especially because the Vestal up front's going to be in a pretty bad spot as well. That'll help, okay. It's not too low, at least. That's ideal. I don't like that it happens so quickly, but that's probably the best possibility. It's just that she can barely do anything from this position now. Oh, I might be in trouble here. I might not actually have the team for this, unfortunately. I can at least ignore him for a little while. I'm going to need some really big shots out of this group now, though. It's going to come down to the wire, I think, and I think I have to go for it. She cannot do anything. I really should have considered that. Big shot there, at least. Okay, I just need these two to come through in the final round here.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
That's no good. I can't move her either. I think she just passes turn. Oh, yikes. No mark anymore either. Thing is, if the Flagellant hits his Death's Door threshold, that might be beneficial to us because it allows her to do a group heal. So I'm kind of hoping that he kicks out of the pot in a couple of rounds. Oh, there we go. Right, and yeah, he's going to trigger a heal on everybody too. How convenient. Just obviously hope we don't lose Connor.
This is no place for the weak or the foolhardy.
Connor! Oh, right at the tail end, dude. That's rough.
To rot, consumed by the spores she spawned.
Boy, that's a pretty brutal loss there. That was a high-level Flagellant, man. We're gonna have to level one of those up for sure. I'll take the win against the Hag, but a pretty pricey one at that. Man. Yeah, no, I don't know if that's a trade I would make a second time. Level 4 Flagellant gone. Unerring on Steven is pretty nice, I guess, although certainly not worth the penalty either.
The guilty and the guilt-ridden alike.
Leveling up a couple of idle highwaymen here? Possibly even just the one? Right, yeah, I think we only have the one of those still as well. Alright then. A little work to do on this group now as well. Steven into the Penance Hall. Did get quite a bit of money out of that at least, so that feels good. Into the brothel with Dirtle. All right. Oh,
The
jeez.
campaign can wait. For now, carnage calls.
Extremely convenient to be able to find a brand new flagellant immediately, and I will go ahead and grab them now. And let's welcome to the team that earlier mentioned person who didn't realize they were on deck in the batter's circle this entire time. It's Theo, replacing the fallen Connor, who unfortunately has ended our streak of consecutive deathless runs. For now, I think that'll go ahead and wrap things up. A couple of boss fights and a slightly shorter episode for today. Thanks so much for watching another round of Bloodier Moon. Please leave a like on the video if you're still enjoying these and appreciate the support there. Thanks again to all the YouTube members. I'll see you in the next one.